Email marketing is simple. It is not complicated, contrary to what a lot of big agencies try to tell you. In reality, there's only 3 things you need to generate 50% of your revenue from Klaviyo. 3 things. Focus on them. I'll tell you in a second, but I've reviewed plenty of accounts. I've generated over 12 million from email and SMS marketing. Every single brand that hits this mark, 50% of their revenue from Klaviyo, has these 3 things absolutely locked in. Just want to do a quick reminder for the email and SMS funnel, because e-commerce, email and SMS is at the heart of it all. That's where the conversions happen, that's where loyalty happens, and that's when people are nurtured into actually buying. And you need at minimum 40%. Minimum. So the 3 pieces, don't just see these and leave, because honestly, you're probably not surprised by what they are, but still so many brands are overlooking them. All right? So the 3 things, as simple as a 10% conversion rate pop-up form, consistent campaigns, that's 3 to 4 times a week, and then basic flows set in place. That's literally it to get to 40-50%. You don't need sexy designs. You don't need excessive information. You don't need complex segmentation, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. In fact, these things actually can be more harmful, and I see them being more harmful for brands because they take away from the focus towards consistent campaigns, basic flows, and the pop-up form. Now, I want to talk more about the pop-up form in a second, but again, I just wanted to prove that I somewhat know what I'm talking about. These are client results over multiple months, and yeah, you can see that that was with these strategies. And obviously, these are just the basics. To get companies actually to past 50%, you have to do advanced strategies. But really, you just need these dead simple things locked in. So the 10% pop-up form, you obviously all see them. Unless you want money, unless you hate money, you need a pop-up form. They aren't spammy. They make sales. People want to buy. People are looking for excuses to buy. Pop-ups give people an excuse to buy unless you capture their information. These are some examples of good pop-up forms. These are ones that these brands likely had to experiment a ton, and because getting 10% pop-up is not easy. Most brands I audit are only at a 3% conversion form. So just to do some math to kind of paint the picture of how important this is. So say your pop-up form is 3%, and you shoot for the 10%. You have 10,000 site visitors a month, and your average order value is $100. Just the welcome flow revenue, nothing else. It's $3,000 compared to $10,000. It seems easy, but internalize that a little bit. $3,000 per year, it's $36,000. Whereas $10,000 a month, extrapolate that to a year, that's $120,000. It's a lot of money. That's a lot of money being left on the table, and that's not to count everything else. So after this person buys in the welcome flow, they're going to buy again and again and again. So in reality, you 3x the amount of people on your entering your list, you 3x the amount of revenue you're getting in the long run. It's that simple. Focus on this, and your revenue is honestly just going to go up immediately. You can't snap your fingers and achieve this, however. You have to test the shit out of your form. It's not easy, and it definitely takes 20 plus tests to actually get there. So you want to mess around with your offer, the images on the pop-up, the call to action, copy, size, and the color. And then also, color doesn't really matter, I just threw that in, but triggers, so what's actually making the pop-up come onto this person's page. Usually what you want to start with is 8 seconds upon page load, and then exit intent, mess around with those things, and eventually you can get to that 10% mark. Next is consistent campaigns, drive sales, and more importantly, maintain engagement. We live in an attention economy. We're all fighting for attention. You can think of TikTok, Instagram, all these things. And really the best way to keep attention is to stay in front of your prospects' eyes, potential customers, stay in front of their face. Best way to do that is always be in their inbox. Send 3 to 4 times per week. And even if the content isn't great, if you're in their face 3 to 4 times a week, they're going to see it. And people love to buy. People love to buy shit. It's just, if you put a button in someone's face, they're going to click it. I mean, it's just human psychology. You're curious, you want to see, you want to open. And so 3 to 4 campaigns is a sweet spot. And then once you can ramp that up, you can send more to even more engaged segments. But every brand should be sending 3 to 4 a week. In terms of my strategy and content calendar, this is typically what I like to shoot for. This is what I start with. If we can get product launches, that'd be great. I won't go too much in detail of this calendar. I can talk about that in a future video, but this is kind of the bread and butter that I start with and then go from there. Obviously, it varies from brand to brand. And then last, we have flows. Flows are literally free automated revenue. I go more in depth on these flows personally with my accounts, but these are the base email concepts that we start with and then we build off of. Every account needs these. This is really all you need. Most brands only have one email, and some think that you need 20 per flow, but this is really all you need. Welcome flow, site abandon, browse abandon, cart and checkout abandon, which you can combine into one, post-purchase and win back. That's automated the whole entire customer journey, and that's really all you need. These aren't new strategies. They aren't my own personal strategies. These are strategies I've tried out and find out work best as the bare minimum. When you're just starting an account or when you're just revamping your strategy, just get these in place. Work on these. Once these are locked in and firing at the top of their potential, that's when you can start testing and moving into other things like segmentation and all that. That's it. That's it. As long as your emails are decent, there's no way you shouldn't be at 40% of revenue from Klaviyo. Extremely important also is deliverability. I don't touch on that, but honestly, deliverability is not that hard. It just takes somebody who's done it before and knows email. And really, there's a few simple fixes. Even if a Klaviyo account is in the dumps in terms of deliverability, there's just 3 weeks, three-week process to actually get things back up and running, and then they should be fine. Yes, there's a bit more nuance, but it's just part of the game. Just focus on the basics. Like I said, those 3 things, and your revenue will, at minimum, be at 40%, upwards of 50, 60%. Focus on the basics, and the results will take care of themselves. Book a free audit. With me, link in bio, we guarantee to make you an extra $50,000 to $100,000 in monthly recurring revenue in 60 days, or you don't pay. That's all I have for this video. Yeah, this was my 3rd take because the other 2 didn't record, so that was fun. Glad to actually get this over with, and let me know if there's any more things you guys would like to see. Cheers, peace, thank you for watching.